And what the future did hold also had Treasury Secretary Hank Paulson and Federal Reserve Chair Ben Bernanke critically concerned. With Lehman dead, what was next? Would contagion from Lehman and perhaps others who could fall destroy the economy? And still, nobody knew the financial risk of those dark OTC markets with those bundles of bad mortgages in the credit default swaps. Fearing the worst, total economic destruction, Paulson and Bernanke headed to Capitol Hill with a 3-page document seeking more than $700 billion to buy what they called troubled assets held by large and small banks and an insurance giant, AIG, which had insured the OTC dark market products for many of the banks. And it did become law. For more, we are joined by legal journalist Molly Barrows at the Ring of Fire Network. Molly, some of our viewers may have only a vague recall of TARP or know the acronym. The history is pretty muddled. Take us back to TARP 101, if you would.
Sure. Hi, Bart. Well, as you said, Secretary Paulson and Fed Chair Ben Bernanke framed this as dire and urgent. It's a must pass. The House initially balked at that bill, but effectively they needed it to enable this bailout. So the Senate revived the package. Ultimately, TARP was born to essentially buy and hold these assets that seemed to about to become worthless until sometime in the future when they expected normalcy to return.
Yeah, and Bush 43, he was in office, a Republican, but tell us how this actually got past Congress. Who was voting which way?
Well, it's interesting, and it was 172 Democrats, only 91 Republicans who actually supported the president's request to do this and enable it to become law. Some of those Democrats who voted for TARP, however, they lost their next election, so it seemed like, as unpopular as it was, it certainly cost them.
Yeah, and ultimately, did TARP work out pretty well?
It certainly did. Financially, the money was eventually repaid to the Treasury. The financial system, us as well as globally, did not collapse. So even though it was one of the most unpopular ideas, ultimately it was extremely successful, an extremely successful economic program, one of the most successful ever. Mark?
Thank you, Molly. Appreciate it. Molly Barrows at the Ring of Fire Network. Appreciate it, Molly.